Lilly Singh is the worst roaster of all time, and I'm pretty sure I can prove it. What's up, you big fat babies? It's me, 16leo. And if you didn't know me, I'm running for president of Yugoslavia. So subscribe and turn on the notifications. This is the worst roast I have ever seen in my life. And I have seen some bad roasts. Usually at the grocery store. So to give you a little context here, Lilly Singh was invited to participate in a roast of the TNT cast members. That's Shaq, Kenny, Ernie, and Charles. And it didn't go well. I just want to go on record before we start this, but I actually really do like Lilly Singh. You can like someone and also criticize them. I mean, I think it's much better than having yes men in your life. With that being said, this is like a tragic misstep in humanity. Before we watch the video, I wanted to play a little game with you guys, so I wrote something down. It's called the Lilly Singh checklist. And on it, let's pretend that I held that the right way. The Lilly Singh checklist. So on it, we have things she said in the past and for some reason keeps bringing up no matter what. So we have white people.
I understand that for some people, white people.
Honestly speaking, I fully get it. I'm brown myself. I've had my run-ins and encounters, trust me, especially in entertainment. You tend to get looked down upon or over if you're this skin color. And it's tough, but it's no reason to bring up white people and constantly make jokes at their expense. I just don't get it. Something hypocritical.
You may recognize some of these countries we're flying over as places immigrants come from to steal your jobs. Or just the same countries you steal oil from.
Next one we have is bringing up herself for no reason. She tends to do that. Or, you know, another thing we could say is humble flexing.
And in the last decade, I've gained about 15 million subscribers on my channel. It's casual. It's casual. Growing up, I always wanted a talk show, but I couldn't get one. So I started going out with YouTube, and suddenly NBC was like, dang, she's fine as hell. God, okay, everyone is staring at me. And then I'll be relieved when I remember, oh, right. I'm famous.
Yeah, we have the obligatory bisexual comment.
I mean, the media has mentioned I'm a bisexual woman of color. Come on, I'm more than just a bisexual woman of color, okay? As some of you may know, about a year ago, I came out as bisexual.
I cannot believe how often I've heard her say that. I don't get it. You know, it's great that she's openly bisexual. I think that's awesome. I fully support it. Don't understand why you have to bring it up every time. Imagine if I went to a restaurant and I'm like, hey, I'm a straight guy. I'll have a coffee, thanks. People would be like, what the fuck? What? Do you know how homophobic that sounds? For me to be like, why bring it up?
You're a bisexual, Lilly.
And the last thing we have is a personal favorite of mine, degrading comment towards men. I don't know why she keeps doing it. If she says she's bisexual, she should like guys who are straight as well.
And if you ever meet a guy in his 30s who says, 30s are the new 20s, all he's saying is, I do cocaine. But thermostats were developed in the 1960s based on men's body temperature. So if you think your office building is too cold, blame the fact that back then, women were encouraged to stay home. You may have heard that Tekashi pled guilty to 9 charges earlier this year and recently testified against some of his accomplices in order to reduce his pending jail time. Ouch! Golden Snitch is from a game in Harry Potter, and they're the smallest balls in the game. So basically the same size as yours. Guys are always exaggerating. Women, you feel me? They're always exaggerating. That's why I'm glad I started dating girls now. Todd Phillips, the director of The Joker, has been getting a lot of backlash for the violence depicted in his movie and, more recently, for whining that comedy is dead thanks to woke culture. Finally, here's a framed copy of the Rotten Tomatoes score for your movie, School of Scoundrels. Your score is a whopping 26%.
Every time I watch that show, she constantly hates on guys. I don't get it. It's like alienating half your audience. I'm sure guys would like her if she just didn't constantly throw us under the bus. That would be nice. So basically, we'll check this off as we go along.
Your next roaster is a well-known YouTuber, so you can thank all your dumbass kids for her being here. Give it up for this lucky Lilly Singh.
Woo! Oh, I think this video could be over faster than I thought, man. Tiffany Haddish really gave it to her. She was like, it wasn't even a joke at the end. It started off as a joke and she was like, she started off nice. She was like, yeah, my next guest is kids like her. Not even grown-ups, only kids get her humor. She doesn't actually have a significant fan base, except kids who don't fully understand what humor really is. People like us, we had to work our whole lives. She's just a lucky piece of shit. I hate her, and I hope she gets hit by a rock. It's Lilly Singh! Woo!
Man, I love Tiffany. I love you, Tiffany. Yeah, she's like family, you know? I'm Indian, so she's wearing my cousin's hair right now.
We're not even a minute into the video. And something hypocritical. Lilly Singh calls Tiffany Haddish out for having straight hair, while Lilly has cornrows.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I was a huge basketball fan growing up because, you know, as a Canadian, my other choice was hockey. And if I wanted to watch white people skate, I'd go to any courtroom in America.
Hasn't been 1 minute yet. Hasn't been 1 minute. I don't know if she was trying to pander to the audience. I'm really not sure what that joke was. I don't even get it. What does that mean? If I wanted to see white people skate, I'd go to a courtroom? Is it because they're on thin ice? Because that's not at all the case. Usually they're on thick ice. What? I didn't think I needed to watch the Da Vinci Code to get your jokes.
Most of the people up here haven't heard of me. I'm only famous on some small thing called the internet. Like, Charles, you were so convincing as Uncle Fester in the Addams Family. And Ernie Johnson, you were great as the scary ventriloquist dummy in Toy Story 4. You know,
Ernie looked like he's being held hostage and stuff. He's just like, yep, that's a funny joke, Lilly. Thank you.
as far as I know, Shaq's never done any acting.
Does that look like a genuine smile to you? This is like one of those scenarios where you tell the driest joke in the world, and because there's so many people there, you don't want to let your friend down, so you just like pretend to laugh. He's like, you know, my cat died the other day, and you're like, ah. So for context, I just wanted to show you a Jeff Ross roasting, because you can tell the difference.
Poor little Shaquille, always running out of lunch money at breakfast.
Good one. Can you see the difference? There's two ways to know that you really made someone laugh. Their head either goes super far back or they lean over so hard they look like they've been punched in the gut. It always looks like they've participated in some form of combat. Okay? When he makes jokes, you can hear the booming laughter of the crowd. And when Lilly Singh makes jokes, you can hear the booming breath of the crowd. Again, I'd like to take you on a quick tangent.
D-Wade is a good friend of mine. Give it up for him. He really is. Give it up for D-Wade, man. Come on.
Did you see his face? He's like, shit. I forgot she was coming. I don't want to be in this. Don't involve me in this. Damn.
Dwayne and Gabrielle Union have a wonderful marriage. He's like the Ken to her Barbie. And by that, I mean that she's the only one working.
That's my reaction to all of her jokes, though. Oh, is it over yet? Did you just say D-Wade doesn't work? Really? D-Wade just retired. The dude started in 2003. He's probably the third best shooting guard of all time, only behind Jordan and Kobe. Rest in peace. The dude's nickname was The Flash. He was probably the best shot blocker for his height of all time. In 2006, he had a battle with Dirk Nowitzki in his prime and won. He won 2 more rings with LeBron and Chris Bosh. He's a 3-time NBA champion, and even after he was in his prime, his nickname got changed from The Flash to Father Prime. because he kept turning back time to constantly give good performances. Remember that game-winning buzzer beater he had to beat Golden State when they were in their prime? That's D. Wade. That's his legacy. And you just said he doesn't work? This dude has been putting in work longer than you. Come on. Don't disrespect.
Plus, he's totally smooth down there.
Did I miss something? Did Lilly Singh? What? What the? How does she know? What? How does she have access to Dwayne Wade's ballsack? What the? What? That's too much information, Lilly.
Gary Payton is here. Give it up for Gary, y'all. Gary, give it up. He grew up on the mean streets of 70s Oakland as a black kid named Gary. Gary!
Is that the joke? That's the whole joke. She just said his name in a higher pitch. I could do that. Lilly. Is that really? That's the joke? Who wrote these jokes? That's not on the board. But that's just, you just get a cross for that one. Come on. His nickname was the Glove. Could you not make one joke about not having protection? Like, I don't know. Bro, I don't... You could call Charles Barkley Niles Barkley and not notice the difference. There's so much you can do. The only thing Shaq dunked more than a basketball was a donut. It just, come on.
I mean, who could forget Jeff Ross, y'all? I just came out as bisexual last year. And already I've pleasured more women than Jeff Ross. I just came out as Jeff Ross last year.
Every time, like no matter where she is. Can you imagine if someone's in a restaurant eating food and they choke? And then someone's like, does anybody know CPR, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation? And Lily's like, no, but I'm bisexual, so I can kiss him or her.
I Googled it, fam.
Hear that little after? I Googled it, fam. That's that I'm better than you type scuff. That's the thing guys do, you know, when they say something and they're proud of it. It's like, yo, man, I hit a three-pointer today. That's the same thing. That's the goal version. Oh, that's a nice car for a hobo. and you have to like do that thing where your face goes sideways. I don't actually eat meat because I'm a vegan. It's so stupid.
And already I've pleasured more women than Jeff Ross. I Googled it, fam.
How many women has Jeff Ross pleasured? Wow, my Google history is going to be the same because it already is trash. The only thing that comes up highlighted is where he performs stand-up comedy for male and female convicts in Brazos. That sounds too close to a site that I visit very often. It has not. It says, how can you possibly check how many women Jeff Ross has pleasured using Google? What does that? That's such a stupid joke, man.
And now on to the main event. Huge Kenny Smith fan. Wait, which one of y'all is Kenny Smith again? Kenny is known as Kenny the Jet. Though he should be called Kenny the Jet Blue since he's always been a discount option.
One second. These are not jokes. These are torture methods that they test out on Guantanamo. These are just the scapegoats they're testing it out on. And you know it's gonna work. I would confess secrets I didn't even have if I had to listen to this.
There's Ernie, you know Ernie, I won 2 Teen Choice Awards.
Bro, look at Ernie. Ernie does not give a shit, bro. Bro, Ernie's sitting there like, oh, I work for TNT. How are you the one bombing? What?
I won 2 Teen Choice Awards. And he was voted most likely to never have actually been a teen.
The fact that she said 2 has nothing to do with the joke, it's just so... It's needless bragging. Not only did we do 5, we actually did 6 out of 5. Once again, Lilly Singh has overachieved in the category of not being funny. I just...
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need money. Thank you.
So here's the thing that I wanted to bring up. While Lilly Singh was roasting Jeff Ross and I wasn't laughing, I had a lot of time to think about why. I was like, why is Jeff Ross so funny? And then it hit me. It's because Lilly Singh is pretty. She does it for me. I like her eyes, they're nice and brown. She's really pretty, okay? Little crush, until she talks, little crush. Close mouth, big crush. Open the mouth, not really. At first, I thought that was a stupid premise until I watched a segment on Kimmel where Jeff Ross was roasting kids.
When I was a kid, I got bullied, and the only way I could stop the bullying was to roast the bully back. So
His only technique and power against the bullies was to use his roasting skills to bully them so much that they either thought he was cool or left him alone. All great comedy comes from a sense of pain. If you have a great sense of humor, it's very likely that it is deep-rooted in self-trauma. I don't know her personal life. I just don't think Lilly Singh has had as much trauma as Jeff Ross. So she didn't actually need to weaponize her comedy. My favorite comedian of all time is Richard Pryor, and I'll be damned if he didn't have a tough life. Also, for the record, you could be good-looking and funny. Yeah. Actually, you're a dickhead. I don't really like you, and you're super brown, and you're a poo-poo head. Did I ever tell you that? Also, I don't know about your hairline. It's kind of suspect. Is it? I don't know. And your teeth? Crooked like a smile. You got a crooked smile, and I'm gonna talk about you. The pain is endless. The one other thing that I wanted to bring up in the case of Lilly Singh being the worst roaster alive is the material. The funniest roast I have ever seen in my life has jokes that are worse than this. It's just that the comedian telling them did it in such a funny way that I was on the floor in tears. And that guy's name is Norm Macdonald. If you haven't heard of Norm Macdonald, he is a comedian who was on Saturday Night Live in the early 90s. If there's one thing that you need to know about him, it's that he is probably your favorite comedian's favorite comedian. His delivery is so off-kilter that it makes everything funny. It's just his timbre, his voice, and the way he says things. Now, I'm bringing up the Norm Macdonald roast because this was a long time ago. It was a roast of a guy called Bob Saget. There were a lot of people who were roasting the hell out of Bob Saget, and Norm Macdonald wanted to do something spectacular. Norm Macdonald didn't write material. He actually took a joke book called Jokes for Retirement Parties, which was written, I believe, in the 40s, and he just read from the book.
I want to start with John Stamos, our esteemed roast master. John has a reputation for being a bit of a swinger. Did you know instead of an umbilical cord, John was born with a bungee cord? No, but Bob has a beautiful face, like a flower. Yeah, cauliflower. No offense, but your face looks like a cauliflower. As you can see, he has wavy hair. It's waving goodbye on account he's going bald.
The jokes was so bad, paired with such a good delivery, that it made people laugh. My point and my theory is that any joke, no matter how badly written it is, can be delivered and made to be funny. It all comes down to the timing and the way that you say it. And Lilly Singh's delivery is, like it is just loud.
I have a theory. People talk loud when they want to act smart, right?
Correct!
So here's the thing, they gave Lilly Singh her own late night show. It's an Indian, it's a girl on late night, it's amazing. But I've seen the show and objectively speaking, it's not great. Again, my perspective, but I don't think it's that great. Personal opinion, I think that Lilly Singh is much better suited in a place that can have cuts. By that, I mean YouTube and stuff where you can shift around, and if you make a mistake, you can definitely edit it out. That's really my issue. I don't think she works great live. With that being said, Lilly Singh, you are officially the worst roaster I have seen. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I still think you're very pretty, but a pretty bad roaster. So I think that's the video. I think that's it. I just want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this. It really, really means the world to me. I don't know how to thank you enough, honestly. If you'd like to subscribe, like, and comment, tell me what you want me to do next and I will do it. I'm at your service, baby. I'm the president of Yugoslavia. Not yet. If you subscribe to me, I will be. So, thank you again so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and I shall see you next time. Okay, bye. I'm talking about you. You suck, and I will keep saying that. You're not even really that funny. How can you be not funny and good looking? And you short. How short are you? Like a little taller than Danny DeVito. Well, Danny DeVito is pretty short, but like you're really short. But like taller than him. Still, I don't like you. I think you're a dick. And I don't like your beard, and you have a triple chin. And